Audiolog number 2. Year 2234 on the 31st day of August.
Today's been a doozy. A real doozy. The segregation of the refugees and the colonists has been sparking violence. Security warrants it is too much a risk to just let them intermingle. Others argue that it is inhumane, and that the ship's community should be able to help and support the refugees. Medical, as always, caught in the middle. The arbitrators that we never asked to be. But in the UESN, that's just how doctors have to be. I was walking down the halls today, in long-term care wards. Families come to see their own relatives, usually getting rid of radiation-induced cancers, bone loss. Many of the refugees are spacers as well. I've seen their spines. It's a cruel irony that by law doctors have to save people, but we are also charged with determining what is too much genetic deviance. As if humanity still thinks it can keep a control of its own genetic structure as it colonizes each new world, that either naturally or through artificial modulation, with the same tools provided to them for keeping in line with the human form. What will prevent them from extremely deviating from the base human species? Some argue that the genetics are too unstable at that point, and that the technology is still experimental. There are plenty of those who'd even object on spiritual grounds and other belief systems. And some fear other yet unforeseen consequences. Still, many experiment, push boundaries. End of the day, they're on my table in some capacity. Then there's the authorized gene jacks. I see those giants walking about cargo, ready-made adults. Ready-made and ready to break. Work to fucking death. Life spins itself in such bizarre ways, especially when life is spun by other life. And, I'm also fairly certain that I've been called Sasquatch by the crew. This is their name for me, and if they got a name for me, that's good. Means I'm not beyond humility still. Samsquatch. That's been the goofiest one. That's what being born in the Arctic gets for you, straight out of Nunavut. I'm thankful at least that the security are not overly filled with bigots, at least for the most part. Proud button-shine soldiers, but they at least are not like some genetic purists I've seen. I find most types like that to be living in fantasy. Genetic engineering is needed to some degree in space to prevent ourselves erupting into a cesspit of cancer. We are hurling ourselves through space, and we live thanks to the extensive genetic manipulation we employ. I'm quite minimal in my philosophy, but there just comes a point where cancer or other issues are unavoidable, and the tools Brosnansaw's legacy left us are our only choice. It's goddamn everywhere, and we can't really stop it fully. Just stall it, or somehow redirect it. It's constant and never-ending. Humanity did not evolve for space, but we do our best to adapt to it all the same. The truth I tell myself every day is that I handle their flesh. I attune a body to a working standard with whatever medicine necessary. Nurse Kelly at least is there from ER to the physiotherapy. Head nurse and spread as thin as I am. Don't think this whole operation would even last without her handling the patients. I'm surprised Skuratov didn't just put her in charge. People like Kelly from Shinji Orbital don't mess around. Skuratov, on the other hand, is so full of cybernetics and implanted organs that I sometimes wonder if there's anything original about him anymore. Captains witness the cosmos and maintain alert for what would be days on Earth. Vigilant and living sentinels by their machinery, and, of course, people like me. It must be surreal to be as fit as a 20-year-old, but your liver feels like you're 40, and your mind is at the appropriate age of 67. The fork in the road for humans is other humans. What will we do with each other? All I know is my crew is calling me Samsquatch. At least they're having some fun.